She locked open when she wasn't supposed to. That was a lot of malfunctions that did not need to happen, or shouldn't have happened. What I'm going to do, however, is I'm definitely going to put a barrel spring on this SOB, so that way, one, I get a nice little bit of a better recoil impulse, but also to maybe alleviate a lot of the malfunctions that I saw, because a lot of the malfunctions were more or less just this thing not being able to go into battery. Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always I'm your host Airsoft Alan. This is an update to the one video I did, of course, on the review of this, the BlackOps 1911, or at least the BlackOps Scorpion, which, by the way, thank you for all the love I actually got in that video. That's actually appreciated. But as you saw in the video, I was having a lot of malfunctions. Well, doing a little bit of research, I found out that those malfunctions were actually somewhat common. Again, this is a 10-year-old gun, being that it was made in 2012. And I did check the serial number, I did check everything, and even the copyright, of course, right there, and even the item number, and yes, this was in fact made in 2012. So, being a 10-year-old gun, that does lead to issues, including some parts not being as good and all that. Well, checking that issue, I did find what the issue was. Apparently, whenever it fires, it will lock up on a little hook that's right here in the actual gun itself, which let me go ahead and pop out the slide lock here, and so you guys can actually see that. So apparently it was having trouble with this lock right here. I don't know why it was having trouble with this lock, but apparently it was making contact with the surface here, causing it to lock up. Again, that's what I've been told and what I have understanding of. So, again, it's one of those weird, quirky things of a 10-year-old gun. However, I did learn that there was, in fact, a outer barrel spring, or a barrel spring that did go over the outer barrel, which alleviated most of the lockups issues that a lot of people were having. Again, mine, for some odd reason, did not come with that, or I may have lost it, or it may have been lost over the years. Again, it's one of those things. Now, it does make the slide a little bit more snappy, especially when you hit the slide release. Very snappy, especially when you're fighting against gravity. Again, very nice, very crisp, very snappy. But that's not what you're here to find out. You're here to find out, you know, does it actually cycle properly? Does it have any misfeeds or issues? Does it have any double feed issues? Well, that's what we're going to find out with the two fully loaded magazines I have today. So, let's go ahead and get you guys positioned so that way you can see the gun in action itself. So, much like Brandon Herrera, we're just firing into trash. And yes, I know I'm wasting BBs, but it's .2 BBs, so I'm not wasting much. Does not drop on the first round. A little bit of gunk on the feed lip. We don't want that, now do we? There we go, fully in battery now. And first shot. Whew! That's nice and snappy. I mean, that is nice and crisp and snappy. I want to go ahead and get some slow-mo shots for you so that way you guys can actually see just this nice crispiness of it, shall we? as you may have seen in the slow-mo, this thing did start firing on an empty magazine. Now, that isn't normal, but it is normal at the same time. It is actually kind of a common issue for a magazine to not completely lock the magazine, the slide on the last round, and the last round hold open, not exactly engage. I don't know why this is such a thing, but it's one of those things. Now, another downside, sadly, to the much more snappier, much more stronger recoil on the spring itself, is that this right here that holds the back strap, which houses the spring for the hammer itself, does come loose. That is a sad, sad fact. And sadly, it is a pain in the ass to actually try and get back into place. See if I can't try and get her to fix. Let me drop the hammer, see if that helps. Got it fixed. So, let's just go ahead and do a total mag dump, see how this thing completely performs, and then I'll let you know exactly future plans for this, because I do love the BlackOps slide itself. And the rear sight has completely come undone. That is absolutely hilarious. That's... wow, okay, that's a first for me. The rear sight completely came undone. The back strap is not coming undone, so that's a good sign. It is... did not lock up on the last round hold open. It's not, so that's, from what I can see, it's actually the friction from the actual body itself. Don't know, it's wanting to, but it's not wanting, it's not happening at the same time. It's, that's interesting. But, either way though. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the update for this little bad boy, and while yes, putting a outer barrel spring does in fact help with it locking up, from what I have seen, it also has its fair share of problems. One of them being, it makes the gun rattle loose. It causes parts to come undone, it causes things to come completely loose, i.e. the backstrap pin right here tried coming out, the rear sight came completely undone. That's a first for me, honestly. I might, because I see there's a little pin in here, I might try to replace this rear sight with another rear sight, like a ghost ring sight. Again, don't know if I want to or not, because I do love the classic look of the rear sight, but again, we'll see what we can do. But in terms of what it does do pretty well, the extra snappiness of that extra spring does give it that nice snappy nature to it, but it doesn't allow it to completely lock open, though. That's something to keep in mind. It does, once again, rattle loose the... son of a bitch, it did it again. There it goes. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It actually started just racking a slide. It started... the pen right here started coming loose. But, outside of that, what plans I do have for this plucky little Para Ordnance 1911 BlackOps KJW clone is I do plan on getting, for the magazines, mind you, because, yeah, for the magazines I do plan to get metal base plates for this because Tennessee, and dropping them on the ground because, you know, don't really want to damage the polymer because the polymer isn't exactly good, and I've already had one polymer base plate completely snap in half right down the middle. I am going to get a compensator for the front of this because, again, I want to make this look really nice. I'm going to get that Punisher compensator. And that's about it. That's honest to God it. I'm just going to make this thing look cool by not looking cool. I mean, it performs good as is, and the barrel is good as is, the hop-up is good as is, and really the only thing I want to do is just kind of doll it up a little bit to make it fit my taste. So, you know, kind of give a mix of modern with classic. Now, I am going to try and put I might, in the future, I am probably going to take the Tackmaster slide and barrel, well, not really barrel, the Tackmaster slide, and put on here. Because, again, you know, the all black with the light gray does look pretty good. I love two-tone, so I might try and give her that two-tone look. But at the same time, I still want to completely rock the all-stock BlackOps 1911, or at least the Peril Ordnance 1911, Double Stack 1911. Again, just one of those things. But, like I said, it is still a good little pistol, and I'm still surprised 10 years after the fact that all it takes to fix this thing from its jamming issues, just putting a barrel spring on there. That's it. Either way, though. Let me know in the comments section down below if you guys have a classic double stack 1911, or if you guys have a 2011, or the John Wick 1911, or, you know, any of the other variants of the 1911, and what you have done to them. I'd love to hear you in the comments section down below. Anyway, as always, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, the Command's Airsofter, who brings you updates on this little number right here, so you can decide whether or not you want to get a double stack 1911, which, why wouldn't you? And would you kindly consider being a PayPal donator today, or contributor? It's folks like you that actually allow us to do what we do here. And would you kindly consider liking, subscribing, disliking if you don't like any of my content, or just don't like me in general. And if you've ever owned both a Real Steel and a Airsoft 1911, double stack or otherwise, hit that subscribe button. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Airsoft Al, and I will see you lovely, lovely people in the next video. Till next time, later.